Here's your very funny reminder that Black history is inevitable. It is not lost on me that crowds of people made their way to DC on the 4th of July to participate in USA 250 programming that explicitly and specifically excluded Black history. It is not lost on me that that crowd of people had to shelter from a storm in the African American History Museum. The ancestors were in their bag. These people knew exactly what they were going to. Out there with literal white nationalists, just to end up seeking safety in the Black People Museum. The irony is crazy, but it's deeper than just this rainy day situation. A consistent thread throughout the history of America is the story of Black people fighting for more in this country. Expanded access in education and healthcare and workplace protections, just to name a few. Infrastructure that helps everyone. And as crazy as it sounds, this situation is a part of that history now. Black people fought for over 100 years just to get that museum built, often fighting the very politicians that these kinds of people revere. And despite a century of pushback from your people, we won. That museum exists. You're welcome. I hope some of these people accidentally got radicalized walking around the museum like, oh my God, we did what?
Okay, just watch this. 5,000 Trump supporters ran to hide from the storm and ended up sheltering inside the African American History Museum. Think about that for a second. The same MAGA movement soaked in Christian nationalism, the same crowd that cheers on Patriot Front racists marching around DC, the same people who shit on Black American history and push more institutional racism, they mock Black communities every day. They deny racism even exists. Then the second their asses are in danger from the rain, where do they run? Straight to the African American Museum for shelter. It's pure hypocrisy. It's so not reciprocal. They spread so much hate toward Black Americans and then huddle under the actual banner of their history museum like it's nothing. This moment feels incredibly symbolic. It's like an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm on steroids. These MAGA supporters expose their own contradictions in the most embarrassing way possible. What a perfect picture of the movement Donald Trump built.
Y'all, these people had to take shelter in the African American History Museum. What? Last night, of course, was July 4th. And Chunky Milk decided to do his biggest, longest speech ever from what he said at the National Mall. Now, because of the weather, the lightning, the hail, the rain, the wind, the tornadoes, the hurricanes, they had to kick people out for safety. So they kick everybody out for safety. And where did all of MAGA have to go to? Y'all support the man who said the African American History Museum should not exist. Y'all support the man who feel that anything that has to do with anybody who's African American is DEI. And when you were in danger, you had to take shelter in the museum that you say should not exist? Oh, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up. You can't make this up. Y'all literally will spend your time ragging on Black people just for existing. Y'all will make Black people seem like they are the worst people in existence just because they're breathing and figuring out a way to live life as you continue to try to oppress us. And then when something happens and the person you support kicked you out, didn't leave you food, shelter, water, air conditioning, or anything, where'd you end up at? The African American History Museum. Crazy. How's it taste? Best like a greasy nickel. Y'all had to come and take shelter in your cheap plastic shoes while the man that you idolized kicked you out and didn't even leave you water. Crazy. This is America. America. So hurry now. America.
Good day, guys. It's Ozzy and welcome to my YouTube channel. So the funniest thing happened where the 4th of July celebrations were happening, but then there was a storm and everything. And then guess what happened? MAGA supporters MAGA supporters went to take shelter in the African American Museum. Isn't that funny? People who belittle the struggles of African Americans had to take shelter in the African Museum. I mean, like, when you say hypocrisy, like, so it's crazy. And people are having different reactions online saying, why would you not support this movement? And then you are in trouble and then you're coming to take shelter in this place. I mean, it's crazy. It really is crazy. Just continue watching and we'll see. So guys, so far there has not been, to my knowledge, there has not been a flat out saying that the museum should be closed down or anything, but they've just been like saying they want the history of America to be portrayed a certain way, thereby removing the struggles of the African American history. Because why want America to be portrayed a certain way, their history, when these things actually happened? You know, and this is what's making the blacks mad. They're very upset because why would you tell me how to tell my own history when you don't even know half of what I faced or what my people have faced? So that's what's making the black people upset, and you know, getting so saying they're hypocrites, because why would you not want the history? And they're also upset. They were very mad that they're seeing a lot of white people in the museum. I mean, you don't want this to be said about your about the country, but then you're here. Why are you here? But then I feel like the more the white people are aware of the struggles of the black Americans and actually let these struggles resonate with them, then, I mean, it's for a better America. The more informed we are, I feel like the more sensible we are in our decisions. So keep watching and then tell me what you think about this.
Trump supporters were forced to hunker down in the African American Museum in Washington, D.C. after a storm hit. And why I'm laughing is because these are the most racist people in this country, forced to take shelter in a history museum that commemorates African Americans and their history, a lot of which these MAGAs deny ever happened. July 4th is turning out to be a crazy day. We also had this picture come out of DC where you had a lone black woman riding a bus along with masked Patriot Front white supremacists. And she's the only one not wearing a mask. That is freaking awesome. And I bet you a lot of these Patriot Front members had to go and then take off those masks and find shelter in the African American Museum. Oh, the sweet irony. Maybe while they're there, they can explore around and educate themselves.
Okay guys, so we've come to the end of this video. If you loved the video, please like, subscribe to support the channel. Please subscribe. We need to get to 1,000 followers. Sorry, 1,000 subscribers. So please like, comment, and also subscribe to the channel to support us. Thank you and see you on the next.